Well, we grew up in a time when you could still be sacked from your job for being gay. So actually, if corporations want to march through the streets at Pride showing off their queer employees, I'm perfectly happy about that. You know, some people will be sniffy and say they're just virtue signalling. It's a lot better than what it used to be, isn't it?
Can we get discounts? That's right. Can we get discounts for Pride Month? Thank you very much. That's all I ask. Just, you know, some equality and a discount. That's all I ask.
The Graham Norton Radio Show
on Virgin Radio.
Becoming Ted is out in paperback now?
It's already out in ebook, it's already out in hardback, and it's out in paperback in a few days. So, yes, I would love to talk about it. It's about...
Your time starts now. Yeah. It's a quiz show format, yeah.
It's about a 43-year-old man called Ted. He's dumped by his boyfriend, by his husband, in fact, at the beginning of the book. He's devastated. But then he starts to see that maybe this could finally be the chance to break out, put himself first, and in particular pursue his long suppressed dream of becoming a drag queen, which he does in his 40s. So it was very much inspired by the film Shirley Valentine, the TV series Mrs. Maisel, which were about women breaking out of toxic marriages to put themselves first. That was my starting point, and I really wanted it to be uplifting, to be inspirational, to make people think that it's never too late to grab second chances.
What kind of like 42 doesn't sound very too late at all. Just starting, you child. Are you like me? Do you find it when it gets to the paperback? Have you sort of forgotten the book?
Well, what happens is
because it's like you did all the promo, and then suddenly it's paperback. It's like, what's that one about?
I know.
What's
and
it?
You're writing the next one.
Yeah. Is that why you put his name in the title? So you know it's about It's about Ted.
Funnily enough, I'll let you into a little secret. My title that I wanted was Ted Over Heels, because I thought that was quite fun with the drag and falling head over heels in love. But my publisher said, that makes it just sound a bit frivolous, and we want to be in Waterstones. There's emotional depth here, so...
Yeah, Waterstones don't like puns. They don't like... No, they don't. They don't like them. Ted Over Heels is a good... Yeah, if they make the movie...
That's what we'll call it.
Yeah, Ted Over Heels. Now, this Thursday, big news here at Virgin Radio. Take it away, Matt Cain.
Virgin Radio Pride is back, which we're all very excited about.
Zoo Radio.
It starts with Nick Grimshaw on The Breakfast Show this Thursday at 6:30, and it's going to be even better than ever. We've got documentaries about George Michael, LGBTQ plus body image, growing up queer in rural areas. We're going to have weekly big conversations, all the kind of issues that are affecting queer people now. We're going to be chatting about them across the station. I'm coming back for a completely new show this year, which I'm very excited about.
Now?
Yes, so this year I'm going to be presenting a show with my husband.
It's just a way to say my husband.
I know, now I've finally got a man. I need to make sure everybody knows.
Yeah, I'm going, yeah, we're going big on this. Yeah, it's me and my husband. Yeah.
Well, it's going to have a special focus on relationships because we are in one, but also because they're so important to everybody, whether it's romantic relationships, relationships with family, friendships, relationships at work. And I do think that sometimes with queer people, we're given a bit more freedom to deviate from the template and form new and unique relationships. And there's, people talk about found family, and you do sometimes have to work things out for yourself. And so there's a lot to unpick there. We're also going to be, one section of the show, we're going to be talking to listeners about their dilemmas, their life issues. So my husband, Harry, is a life and business coach. I've had a lot of life experience and been around the block and made a lot of mistakes. So we're going to be passing on some of the things that we've learned and chatting to listeners about the issues affecting them.
So are people going to call in?
They're going to email in, and I'm really embarrassed to say I can't remember the email address, but maybe we'll get it, or on all the social media handles.
Look at it, it's like broadcast news out there. Look at them, they're in a flurry to find that email address. Wow. Oh no, someone's moving. Someone is moving now.
But yeah, I mean,
we will have the email address before this
all
finishes.
on social media. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, actually, because, I quite like, in my books...
pride@virginradio.co.uk.
pride@virginradio.co.uk. Fantastic.
That's it. Yeah.
In a way, it complements what I do in my books, because what I like to explore is characters struggling with themselves out of low self-esteem, learning to love themselves, and often they look outside of themselves for somewhere to make themselves right and better. So in Ted, he finds drag. In The Madonna of Bolton, my character looks to Madonna as this kind of spirit guide to make him better. But what they eventually find out is the capacity for happiness was inside them all along. Happiness can only ever be an inside job. And in the radio show that we're doing, we really want to... spread a bit of self-love and inspire, pass on some of the lessons that we've learned, because we've all made mistakes and learned for them.
And hopefully things are getting easier for younger gay people, because I think, as you were saying, people found families and things, and that's because their own families, it was difficult. Yes. And I think as that improves, as people just grow up being gay kids, hopefully there'll be less of that stigma, less of that kind of self-loathing and internalized homophobia and everything, and things will get better.
Absolutely. I completely agree, and I do think we need to draw attention to the improvements that still need to be made. But I also think when we've lived through, you and I have lived through a lot of the horrors, actually it's great to be able to celebrate the progress we've made. And I always think with my books, I don't want to be angry and political. I want people to feel, particularly female readers who've stood up for us in the school playground, or, those strong female allies. I want them to feel proud of their role in making the world a better place.
Yeah. But also, isn't it like that your books, there they are in Waterstones, and then a big brand like Virgin getting behind Virgin Radio Pride. I know. I know people, there are parts of the community who kind of go, oh, it's big business kind of, coattailing and da-da-da. But actually, I think it's important. I think
do. Well, we grew up in a time when you could still be sacked from your job for being gay. So actually, if corporations want to march through the streets at Pride, showing off their queer employees, I'm perfectly happy about that. Some people will be sniffy and say they're just virtue signalling. It's a lot better than what it used to be, isn't it?
Can we get discounts? That's right. Can we get discounts for Pride Month? Thank you very much. That's all I ask. Just, some equality and a discount. That's what I want. This show will be part of the Virgin Radio Pride schedule while Virgin Radio is on, as will the Chris Evans Breakfast Show with Cinch. Obviously, as you say, Nick Grimshaw hosting on Thursday. And it runs right through... It starts...
the end of August.
Yeah, it starts on Thursday and runs right through to the end of August. Matt Cain, thank you so much for coming to see us.
Thank you so much for having me.